What's happening, guys? Nick Taylor here, Omega Real Estate Sales Director. Hope everyone is having an awesome day today, day 6 of the lockdown. I must say that I'm very impressed by the way South Africans are handling this. Thank you to our President, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, for implementing things when he did. I see in some positive news there's been a few recoveries as of today. So that makes me really happy. What I also have been enjoying a lot lately is all the creativity coming through on these online channels, especially social media. Keep creating, guys. We're loving the content, keeping us entertained during these times. Yesterday and the day before, we spoke about seeing if your dream home is priced correctly and having those residual finances tucked away to cover costs. Today, we're going to be talking about making an offer. This may not be as straightforward as some of you think. In a few different instances, there's a few different strategies one would have to take. We'll go into that now. So to start off with, first, after we've seen if the property is priced correctly, it may be below market value. In that case, you want to secure the property ASAP. There's no need to fool around with making a low offer or anything like that. If the price is too high or if the property is above market value, then you would want to make an offer that's a little bit lower. Now your success in making that offer is determined by a couple of things. The current economical climate of the country, the seller's personal position that he's in, maybe he's in some financial trouble, maybe he's having a divorce, whatever the case is, and the other stock that's on the market. If the seller knows that he has a scarce product, then he may be able to hold a higher price. But if his product is the same as everything else that's on the market, the main factor that's going to determine your success in this venture is the negotiating skills of your agent. Now there's a few things or tools that we use to create a more realistic mindset for the seller. Often people want to achieve the best possible price for their property, but they may have an unrealistic figure in mind, especially if they've spoken to someone down the road with a much better house in them that told them their value of their property. They may expect the same just because they live on the same road. So as the agent, it's our job to create a realistic platform for everyone to be on and get the deal done fairly. When filling in the actual offer form, there's a few things that you'd want to take note of, namely the validity. How long are you going to make that offer valid for? As soon as the agent tells the seller about that offer, you're going to be locked into it until the validity of that offer expires. So keep that in mind. You also want to have a look at if you're selling your home, then you need to fill in the subject to section, and then you also need to allocate how much finance you're going to be putting down as a deposit and how much finance you're going to be using from the banks and other things in the name of a bond. Once all that is out the way, then you can give the offer to your agent to present to the seller. Like I said, you'll be locked into that offer depending on how long you made it valid for. I usually give the seller about 48 hours. I would say that's a perfectly reasonable time to give things a think over. Once they come back to you, you'll either know if your offer was accepted or declined, but hopefully there's a consensus and both parties are happy. Once that happens, we'll hand over documents to both bond attorneys and transferring attorneys. We're going to run you through that in the next video. If any of you are thinking of putting an offer in on a property or there's one that you have your eye on, I would personally encourage you all to do it as soon as possible and make the offer subject to a physical inspection once the lockdown is over. It's actually an ideal time to buy right now, guys. If you can afford to, then strike while the iron is hot.